Hello everybody, hope everyone is doing well. This presentation serves to discuss my field practicum work at APU Student Wellness Resources. I hope you enjoy this reflection and can take away as much from it as I did the experience. I was fortunate enough to be placed in Student Wellness Resources for my practicum experience for the fall 2024 semester. Student Wellness Resources falls under the broader umbrella of student affairs on APU's campus and is a center to connect students with resources they may need to bolster their physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual well-being. Within this is also the APU Food Pantry, which collects and stores shelf-stable donated food for students in need. My preceptor, Lydia, oversees the food pantry. While several public health disciplines were addressed during my experience here, the central public health goal for the SWR and the topic for my projects focused on food insecurity on APU campus. My experience at Student Wellness Resources was focused on the Master of Public Health competencies listed here, 3 core competencies and 2 specialization competencies. Starting with the core, we have applying awareness of cultural values and practices to the design or implementation of public health policies or programs, designing a population-based study, program, or intervention, and applying principles of leadership, governance, and management, which include creating a vision, empowering others, fostering collaboration, and guiding decision-making. Moving on to the specialization competencies, we have develop a reflective public health practice through awareness of implicit bias, knowledge of diverse cultural practices and worldviews, and cultural humility, and analyze public health strategies used to create conditions of health equity in policy, practice, and/or workforce development. Further elaboration of goals and accomplishments for each competency will be expanded on in the upcoming slides. Starting with MPH Core Competency 8, I focus my efforts on understanding the presence of stigma and the dynamics of APU students. Stigma plays a significant role in influencing attitudes towards food assistance. Understanding this reality allows for more inclusive design and implementation of programs like the Move Out Drive. While addressing food insecurity is the driving factor from a health equity perspective, framing participation around sustainability goals rather than a charitable act removes the stigma that may implicitly form around students who are food insecure. Food insecurity is also a health disparity that expands to commuter, hybrid, and asynchronous students. It is therefore critical to implement programs that are inclusive of all students on and off campus. For example, adopting a mobile application or online service for off-campus students to access food easily will allow them to locate organizations and resources more conveniently to their location. MPH Core Competency 9 focuses on program design, which is a direct call to create food recovery programs to address food insecurity on campus. Food insecurity is a significant problem on APU campus. According to the SWR, 2 in 5 undergraduate students express difficulty accessing consistent food, highlighting the need for more effective food recovery programs and activities. Implementing even one of the food recovery initiatives on campus is designed to curb this statistic and provide resources to students in need. For example, adopting one of the suggested mobile applications that can connect students with local organizations, including SWR, for healthier, accessible food options can assist students and reduce food that may otherwise be disposed of down the line. MPH Core Competency 16 emphasizes the importance of stellar public health leadership in accomplishing goals. Applying leadership principles is the foundation of coordinating a successful move-out drive. Creating a vision of how this event should ideally operate to meet sustainability goals helps work towards gradually adding on elements to see it through. Additionally, collaborative efforts to assign clear roles and responsibilities are essential in minimizing what is sent to the landfill and maximizing recovering valuable resources such as donatable food. Managing this operation takes patience and dedication, and its continued growth and success will inspire greater participation in future move-out drives. Moving away from core competencies, we have MPH Specialization Competency 2, which highlights the need for public health practices around implicit biases and diverse perspectives. Similarly to MPH Core Competency 8, Food insecurity is perpetuated by the stigma associated with it. Many students are unaware of resources for accessing food and, even more so, are often afraid of others finding out they need assistance. By promoting new initiatives and further developing existing programs, food recovery can gradually become a norm of campus culture. This, along with stigma-free targeted outreach, will help encourage the utilization of these resources and make the process less taboo. Needing assistance is not a sign of weakness, but a calling for leaders to reevaluate processes to help more people. Lastly, we have MPH Specialization Competency 5, which incorporates the concept of health equity within public health programs and policies. Health equity is the foundation of student wellness resources and serves as the basis for the outline objectives during my practicum experience. Addressing food insecurity is one of the many facets of this office, connecting it to public health practice and policy. On the surface, food recovery is an initiative to prevent excess food from reaching a landfill. On a deeper level, however, food recovery is a systematic redistribution of safe, edible food to individuals and communities impacted by social determinants of health. Establishing functional, inclusive programs that exist on campus will promote health equity among the student population. It is essential to constantly evaluate and modify food recovery activities on campus to support students facing food insecurity and ensure they have more equitable opportunities to attain nutritious food options. When applying to the MPH program at APU, I was excited about the potential opportunity to exercise my career experience in waste management through a more academic lens. Outside of brief discussions during the environmental health course, however, exploring waste management topics was limited to independent research to apply to individual assignments in various classes. This practicum experience was one of the most authentic opportunities to channel my industry knowledge into my work, including organizational and operational insight, environmental consciousness, and public education and outreach. Ultimately, my career background helped prepare and guide my ideas and productivity for the 2 completed projects. I thoroughly enjoyed my practicum experience with Student Wellness Resources. I am thankful to have been placed in an organization that allowed me to bridge my career background with acquired public health principles. I couldn't have asked for a more kind and helpful preceptor than Lydia, whose guidance and expertise genuinely assisted my thinking processes. This experience taught me to be a stronger, more decisive public health leader and helped fuel my passion for helping others. Looking back, time was one of my biggest limitations, but I am proud to have contributed what I put forward for the SWR. I would have liked to work with Lydia and the SWR in person, but the nature of these projects did not provide many opportunities for this kind of scenario. Nevertheless, this arrangement arguably made it easier for me to continue working full-time in addition to this internship. My sole recommendation to future students in this practicum site is to be prepared to learn, practice patience, work out of your comfort zone, and be a good public health warrior to your fellow students. Here are the 3 projects I was tasked with this semester. The Spring Move-Out Drive Logistics Plan was a challenging yet successful venture. This project required calling on my personal experiences in the waste management industry, collaboration with other campus departments, and working with limited resources to create a practical vision for what can be put forward and what needs improvement. Through cross-collaboration with campus offices and understanding their biggest roadblocks, I crafted a detailed foundation to guide a more significant recovery of food and other consumer waste from APU students moving off campus. Most notably, increased education to the students and faculty is a critical element needed to engage more participation and encourage proper sorting of waste streams, especially concerning donatable food. Tackling the Food Recovery Initiative project involved extensive research, communicating with other campus departments, and understanding current campus infrastructure, services, and programs. In doing so, I identified several organizations, activities, and programs that can promote food recovery on campus and outlined their details, including pros and cons, in a comprehensive document. The organizations I found can incorporate additional resources to help encourage food recovery on campus and provide a more inclusive, effortless means for students battling food insecurity to access resources. Much like the Move Out Drive, education on food recovery is an essential factor that can benefit APU's sustainability goals downstream. Greater insight into food insecurity among college students and general food recovery topics can help promote a stigma-free environment for students in need and encourage more students to be more conscientious of the impact that wasting food has on fellow students and the environment. Developing the Meal Swipe program on campus proved to be the most challenging, primarily due to the intricacies of making it work and the need for more time near the end of the semester. One of the most significant limitations is financial, as existing programs are mainly on campuses with more access to funding and other readily available resources to run something like this. That's not to say it can't be done at APU, but meticulous planning is called for. I was able to connect with another office on campus to discuss current efforts, who communicated several logistical roadblocks. They are currently working on improving outreach efforts on this front to more accurately understand the extent of the need, which is vital in giving this program momentum. I would have liked more time to help sort this out, but my preceptor and I were satisfied with the discussed topics and decided to focus efforts on the first two projects. Thank you for watching this reflection video of my practicum experience at Student Wellness Resources. I look forward to seeing the experiences other classmates have participated in and the work they produced.